Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and this is my weekly entertainment wrap-up for October 27th through November 2nd. This week I read 2 books, I watched 3 shows, I watched 1 movie, and I listened to 1 book. It's been a while since I've been home to do one of these, although I did just literally do my October wrap-up sitting here, so it feels weird to say that, and yet here I am. The first book I finished this week is Both Can Be True. This is a really cute middle grade book between 2 different characters. Ash, who is gender fluid but hasn't come out as such at their new school because of something that happened at their previous school. Ash has a crush on somebody named Daniel, who is this very sensitive boy she shares a photography class with, and he's been going through some things because his dad recently moved out, his beloved family pet died. Now he's been volunteering at a veterinary clinic. And one day while he's doing that, one of the vet techs basically comes in and is like, I am going to smuggle this dog out of here because the vet didn't finish actually euthanizing this dog, and I think this dog can live out its days with me. But before she can do that, she's called away because there's like a major accident, and he has to smuggle it out, otherwise somebody's gonna find out that this dog hasn't been put to sleep yet. However, he's not allowed to bring a dog home, so that's a whole thing. I talked about this one pretty extensively in my October wrap-up because I absolutely adored it, so if you want to know more details, definitely check that video out. The other book I finished this week was a novelette called Chomp Chomp. This one starts out as kind of this 1950s housewife type of character getting ready to go on a date at the diner. However, it's way weirder and way more twisted than that would make you believe. This is billed as an erotic horror, and yes, both those elements are definitely there. There was also a note from the author at the end that basically ended with, and if you see me in public and talk about this book, I'm going to deny writing it. Please don't do that. As for what I watched this week, I am still on my Station 19 kick. I started in the 5th season and I got about a season later in the 6th season, so I'm almost done the 6th season. I wonder if the 7th season is shorter. I'm not sure how they line up. And then I'll have to find something else to marathon, so if you have suggestions, leave them below. A lot happens in this. There's a lot of character growth. There's characters that you're just like, how is it gonna go with this character? There's very specific character growth with somebody right now that, based on the fact that I stopped the next episode from playing just as the content warning screen came up, I know what's gonna happen with that, but I don't know how that's going to play out, and I'm concerned because it's a character that for the most part everybody kind of hated, but now it looks like he's going towards a self-harm situation after going through rehab, and yeah, I hope he's okay, basically. There's too many characters that have to go through bad things, and I just want him to get better. We also watched every single episode of Agatha All Along because we were waiting until all of them were out, and since all of them are out, we were finally able to do that over 2 nights of viewing. We watched the first 7 in one night. I really wanted to watch all of them, but it was also midnight at that point and I was falling asleep, so we watched the other ones after that. This was such an interesting show, and I really enjoyed the explanation of everything to do with it. I really enjoyed the costuming and the set design, and I absolutely adored, one, seeing Joe Locke as a different character. That was great, because going into this I knew absolutely nothing about it. Kathryn Hahn, obviously amazing. That was the only person I knew was definitely in it. And then Aubrey Plaza. What a wonderful role for her, because she definitely seemed to be having fun doing it. As for the other show we watched, it was just several of the episodes of Treehouse of Horrors from The Simpsons, because that's just a fun thing to do on Halloween. We watched some at random, and then we watched kind of some of the new ones that we maybe hadn't seen yet. And I don't have much to report because it's just a wonderful time to watch them, and sometimes you know the reference to whatever they're doing, and sometimes you're like, I have no idea what this movie is that they're talking about, or I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know what they're doing. As for the movie we also watched Jennifer's Body, which I had never seen until this point, and I was like, gotta get around to doing that. Being that this movie is 15 years old, there's a lot of people in this movie that I didn't know were in this movie, and you kind of do that, oh yeah, that guy. Who's that guy again? Oh yeah, I know him from the OC. I definitely watched all of that on DVD back in the day, and things of that nature. If you've never seen this before, this is about somebody who gets possessed by a demon and starts killing people, and it's also really, really queer. So there's that. It was a fun time, but I think I've watched enough videos that have made references to it that I also felt like I kind of knew all of the iconic lines already, which was a little bit of a weird situation to be in. As for the audiobook I listened to, that was The Future, and this is one of those books where I knew nothing about it going into it. I have read something previously by this author, so I put a hold on this book because why not? And I didn't even read the synopsis going into it, which probably would have been helpful. This is an alternative history of when the French settled in Detroit and never ceded it. And also it's set now or later and things have gone pretty terribly. And it's basically a dystopian. There's these buses that come through the slums to kind of do a tourism of the slums, and sometimes those buses actually like kill people and don't care. This one follows a lot of different characters, but we start out following Gloria, who has moved into this house because that's where her daughter used to live, and her daughter has recently died and her 2 grandchildren are missing, so she moved in there in case the grandchildren will come back. However, there is a lot she did not know about her daughter's life and therefore her granddaughter's lives, and she comes to learn that from the people in the community. In addition to that, there's this roving band of children that kind of live in the forest and protect each other. And there is a lot about this that I feel like I didn't pick up accurately, because there was a point where one of the characters could fly and that just never came back up again, and I was like, what? What I can say is this definitely incorporates the idea of oral storytelling and kind of fairy tales, but I'm not smart enough to tell you basically anything else from that. So if you've read this book, please explain it to me in the comments below, because I've been meaning to look up information about it, and other than looking up the beginning of the synopsis on Goodreads that was like, this is an alternate history, I was like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, but I felt really unintelligent trying to read it, which makes me not enjoy things a little bit. But that's a me problem, that's not the book problem. That's it for this week. If you've read, watched, or listened to any of these, let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you were here, just leave me an emoji or smiley face if you happen to be on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that, as always, is down below. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!